Our next lesson will be how to make a transaction on the POS. Again, we're here with Patty Smith, and this is our drawer. This is a refresh key, a save key. Well, what does the save key do? If there's a transaction and the customer say they forgot their wallet and they needed to run to their car, you could save their transaction, move to another client, and then get their transaction back once they come back. This is to clear all the complete transaction. Let's start out with the phone number. The phone number drives and brings up their information if they're an existing customer. So let's check my phone number and see if I'm an existing customer. I am. If they're not, you can fill in the information and it'll store the information for you. Again, this is the phone, first name, last name, email address, zip code, date of birth, and this is a rep ID. This is where we scan the product. If there's more than one, we can push the quantity button and enter the quantity. Otherwise, we would just scan it. Let's, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to scan item 1. Notice it drops down. Let's just review these keys. You can press enter to make the transaction process manually. If there's a return, you can press this key and process a return, which I'll show you in a little while. And an override. Well, what does an override mean? An override is a product that might not scan. So let's look at the override. I pressed override, and I'm going to put sample as my description. I'm going to place a $10 amount. Notice this. This is your manager's user and password. Only a manager can authorize an override that's not scannable. And you press enter to process it. This is a remove key. If I'd like to remove one of the items, I can remove it and then rescan my item. The UPC, the description, the quantity, the price, the net, and if there's an override, it will indicate it. This is the total of my sale, and I'm going to say that the customer gave me cash, and they gave me $22. Oops, $22. Using my decimal point, and change is $62, and I'm going to finalize the transaction. This is the receipt that comes out on the small paper. Notice this transaction ID right here. That transaction ID allows the customer to process a return or come back. It's also held in the invoice status on the back end if one of the managers, if one of the managers need to obtain it. I'm going to cancel out for demonstration purposes, and that is a cash transaction. Thank you.